How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin, and I thought I'd try something different. I'm going to try to make a brand. It'll be a stamp that you heat up, put it in the fire, and you can put it on wood. And say you want a word or something said on a piece of wood. I want to try to make a brand, just like something they would do when they brand cattle. But I want to be able to brand wood, and I want a special brand. I want a certain brand. So I've never tried this before, but I'm going to try it just to see if I can do it. Anything's worth a try. I've been making these ginseng diggers, and on these handles of the ginseng digger, I want to put ginseng digger. And I'd like to have KDR ginseng digger, because that's basically what the name of them is. It's the KDR ginseng digger. So I want to see if I can make a brand to put KDR ginseng digger somewhere on this handle. So I think it's going to be a tough project, but I'm going to give it a shot. All I got is time to lose, so that's what I'm going to try. So let's see if we can make a brand. All right. Now we know when we make a brand, it has to be written backwards, because when you stamp it, it'll be straight. So what we have to do is, you notice I put KDR on that side and then KDR on the other side, and I wrote it backwards. Now this is just practice, so I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm just going to practice on this one right here and see if I can get it to come out half decent. And then we'll do the good one, but it's basically just practice right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Dremel tool out. I have a drill press, some tiny little drill bits, and I just bought a small file set, just a real tiny file set. So I'm hoping with all them tools I should be able to get something, make some type of a brand out of this. Okay, this Dremel tool seems like it's maybe a little too fat. It wants to take, or then again, maybe I'm just not steady enough to get it cut out. So how I was marking these is I'd take a Sharpie and I'll mark over this again, and then I'll let that dry on there. And once that dries on there, I can take my little pencil. Once that dries, I could take my little, it's a little metal pencil, and I can mark this on here again. And I'll try a new one. But it's all trial and error. I've never done it before, so trying to get this to look right is really hard. So just gotta kind of bear with me here. I don't know what I'm doing, but we're trying. And anybody will try, I'll give them credit. So gotta give me some kind of credit. I know the stencil is small. I think that's a lot of my problem. It's such a small stencil. But with me putting it on that ginseng digger handle, it's gonna have to be small. No doubt about it. But I'm going to try to make it just a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to try to get a little smaller cutoff wheel for that Dremel. Maybe I can do this. It's going to be a hard one, but like I said, I'm not losing anything but a little bit of time, so at least I'm trying. Try getting spaced out there about the same. Looks like I need to go a little bit further. I'm going to try to go a little bigger on this one, because that one was pretty hard there. That don't take too long to dry. It doesn't take very long to dry. Almost did it wrong. Almost did it wrong. I have a hard enough time trying to write straight instead of backwards. Okay, we'll try a new one. We'll try to cut on a new one, but this time, like I said, we're going to use a smaller Dremel bit. Smaller. I'm just using like a cutoff wheel and a Dremel tool. So, we'll try to get it smaller. Alright, this is kind of hard to see where he ends. But I've been using this little Dremel. I got a real small cutoff wheel in there. And I've just been going down through there cutting all that out, all the space, but the black. I'm trying to keep the center of the black. And then I got some little files, just some little files to clean it up as best I can. And then we'll weld this piece. We'll cut this off right where this K is here. And then we'll weld this piece to a probably a 1/4 inch dowel or something. We'll heat it up and see if it works. But we're gonna try to work on this center piece here and that one there where the R is. We're gonna try to get those two out. I'm gonna use a tiny little drill bit, and then I'm gonna try to whittle it a little bit with the drill bit on both of them, and then I'll use a file or something to clean them out. Okay, we got it all cut out. I took a drill. It don't look the greatest, but I took a drill and tried to get the D and the R there. That seems to be the hardest thing for me to do. So if you don't have any suggestions of cutting that D and that R out, I'd sure appreciate it. But this is the first one. I guarantee it's the best one I made. It's definitely the first one. So we're going to cut it off and see if we can get it welded to a piece of dowel, and we'll heat it up and see if it'll work. Okay, that's what we ended up with so far. It don't look the greatest, but we're trying. So we're going to get it cleaned up here, clean the edges up, and then we're going to weld it to a small piece of 1/4 inch dowel, and then we'll give it a shot and see how it works. Alright, now we're going to weld this dowel right on the back side of this thing, so we'll have something to hold it with. When we heat it up, we'll have something to hold it up with. So I'm going to try to get it as straight as I can, and I got the welder turned down as far as I can pretty much. Get it on there as straight as we can here and see how it that don't look too awful bad. Not too bad, so we'll get her cleaned up, take her to the wire brush. Okay, we got it all wire brushed up. It looks pretty good. Cleaned the handle and everything. All looks alright. Ground it down. Now we're going to give it its first test on a piece of wood and see if this thing will brand a piece of wood. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat it up. Nice and hot. Okay, let's give it a try and see what she does. Try another one. Hey, it's not that bad actually. Now the cooler it seems like it gets, maybe the better it would be. Hey, not too bad for KDR. Don't look that bad. Actually, it's not too bad. Now, this was just practice. Just practice. We just wanted to see if we could do it and make a brand. Just to see how it would work. Not too bad. Could use a little more detail in the letters, but I mean, for burning it in there, I don't think it's that bad. Well, I think the brand turned out to be a little bit harder project than I thought it would be. It turned out okay though. I mean, it does burn the wood and it don't look half bad. But I'd like to be able to get a little more detail in those letters. If anybody has any suggestions or comments on it. Now don't suggest I go buy a plasma cutter or jet cutter or something like that, because I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do it in my own garage, and I don't have the money for that kind of stuff, so we just want to do it here in the garage. And if you know any other way we might be able to cut them out, and don't tell me to go to the machine shop and have them cut it out, because I'm going to do it myself. So if you have any suggestions on how to get that D a little more detail, or cut that, I used a drill bit and it don't look that great. I mean, it does look like a D and the R looks like an R. And I wanted to, this, like I said, was just practice, but I wanted to do the ginseng digger. I don't know if I can do it or not, but I'd sure like to try. And like I said, I don't know, it's pretty tough. But my diggers, I know that even this would be, I think these letters would be still too big on this handle. And I'm not sure if I'd have to make them round or how I would do that. So if you have any suggestions, leave me a comment down there. And I'd like to tell everybody thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe or leave me thumbs up or thumbs down. And of course, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get some comments on this. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's got a garage and cut some small stuff like that. So I don't know if I could heat that up, and I don't know if I could cut it with the forge, doing something on the forge or not. So if you guys watch the video and give me a hand here. Thanks for watching.